I'm Andrew Sumner. This is Forbidden Planet TV, and this is the one and only Declan Shalvey. How are you, mate?
I'm good. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming back. It's always a pleasure to have you on here, and particularly now because you have just created a creator-owned book for Image Comics, which is almost genetically engineered to be something that we would get very excited about at Forbidden Planet. Let's see if I can remember this brilliant tagline that Image came up with. It was something like, and bear with me if this isn't letter perfect, mate. It was like the Winter Soldier meets Mission Impossible in a Bourne-esque action espionage tale, something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that wasn't Image. That was this guy.
Hey, there we go. Fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. From that description alone, I will be slapping down my hard-earned cash for all issues of the book. So what can you tell us about it, mate?
Well, I've been dying to do my own project that is just me, writing, drawing, coloring. And I was trying to figure out what that would be. I had an idea for this kind of alien one shot, and then I had this idea for like another Irish crime thing. And I thought if I'm gonna do if I'm gonna do an first image book of my own, like I need to just kind of like go really balls out. And I think I had once been kind of talking to Marvel about a Nick Fury book, and I had done a serial there, and I kind of wanted to get back to the Moon Knight type storytelling I'd been doing.
Yeah.
Because it was years ago, and I still haven't really done anything like it. So I'm like, I just wanted to make a book where I could just put all that stuff into it. I'm a huge fan of like spy films. And as much as I like my moody, like introspective, miserable storytelling, I also like big bombastic action stuff. So I kind of felt like this would be kind of the closest thing to doing a superhero book, but like with all the kind of cool stuff that I can like. I get to play with mood, I can play with action, I can get to, I can just kind of get to do, and basically anything I want can go into the book, which is a great kind of machine for like me just having fun every issue. So sorry, and well, all this stuff, I just start talking and I can't even remember what you asked me in the first place.
Oh no, I think I asked you what the genesis of the book was, and that was a perfect answer, to be honest.
Yeah, to a degree. I think I've been doing a lot of stuff at Marvel, and I knew I wanted to do my own book, and it was just a case of like, do you know what it was? A lot of it was looking around and seeing a lot of younger artists committing to writing and drawing their own stuff, and I'm not an up and comer anymore. I have the facility to do this stuff. Why am I doing it? I'm the first person who would tell you do your own book. Why am I not taking my own advice? So it was kind of that. Like I just really wanted to do something that was all me, because I love working with teams. But I don't know, like the reason I got into this because I wanted to be Frank Miller. I wanted to be, I wanted to be doing my own work, and there was no reason why I couldn't be doing it. So just give myself a kick in the arse, basically.
Yeah. Well said, and quite right too. I mean, I love your Marvel work. I love your kind of mainstream, other people's character work. It's brilliant. And by the way, I was you must have been, well, we might have even talked about this before, but you must have been blown away when watching Moon Knight and seeing how much of your visuals were kind of parlayed into that TV show.
I'm sorry, what? There was a TV show? Yeah, that was pretty mental. I got to go to the premiere. I brought my sister with me too, and it's the second episode where Mr. Knight shows up. Spoilers.
Yeah.
But that was. I just remember when he hits the ground and he's there. I think I gasped a little, which isn't really what I do when I'm watching stuff. It was surreal. It was absolutely surreal, especially when he rolls up the sleeves and takes the jacket off, because that was. I'm like, that is like, because there was things like Michael Lark did his kind of take with the Secret Avengers, so like there's a bit of there's that in the mix with the Mr. Knight outfit, but there was no mistake. Like once he rolls up the sleeves and takes off the jacket, I'm like, well, that's issue 6, like, or issue 5 I should say, because I don't like claiming credit for something, but like that, even there I had to go like, okay, that is definitely me,
that's totally credit you deserve to take.
But also there was the Khonshu when he shows up with like the bird skull. I'm like, I know the bird skull's me, but the rest of the costume isn't. But then again, spoilers, like that end sequence where he's in the suit, I'm like, and in the limo, like even then I had to go, okay, Yeah, that is definitely me too. Like that's yeah, it's surreal. It's completely surreal. I can't even say like I liked it because it was just so weird.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get you. So to flip back to Old Dog, which sounds like such a great concept. What can you tell myself and the people watching about the concept of the book?
Sure. Well, if you like that, like I say, if you like books like Sleeper or Global Frequency, or which is kind of, I guess they're older books now, but it's kind of, I would say it's kind of evocative of the old Wildstorm stuff.
Yeah,
But the story is about a CIA agent called Jack Lynch, who is basically he's on his very last mission before retirement. It's clearly he has not had a good career in the CIA. He's bitter. He's been worn down, and something happens in the issue where he gets a new lease on life, and where not only does he get a chance to be a spy again, he gets a chance to be a super spy, basically. Um, and yeah, so he's recruited by a kind of a shadowy organization, and that's kind of it. So then we jump into basically different different scenarios every issue, different missions every issue, where somebody's got to go in, do something, get out, and he's been partnered with somebody who he is the last person he could ever have imagined, which I don't want to give away, but
yeah. And is it designed to be is it finite? Is it ongoing? Is it designed to be a series of arcs? It can a world you
yeah,
can
it's
go
actually
back
no
to?
more the second one. I mean, I just have to be realistic. Like I can't write, draw, and color a book in a month. Just
Yeah,
can't do it. So the way I'm structuring it is it's ongoing, but I'm going to do it in 6 issue. I'm calling them red acts. You
yeah.
know, like redact act. I'm a genius. Like it's kind of like say a season model where it's 6 episodes. I don't like using film terms, but like it's kind of the easiest way to describe it. So it's like 6 episode season, and then there'll be a break, and then the next season will start. So I have the first 6 totally nailed down, and I know what I'm doing for the second one. And I love saying it'll be ongoing forever, but like it really depends on if it sells or not. If not, it'll be finite. But no, I'm trying to set something up where I kind of have my own Hellboy, if that makes sense. So I can every year I've got a. The plan is to have a new red act every year, and maybe I can always just chip away on something else in those kind of like gap months. But I want to kind of get ahead of it every month, and I just really like the idea of just being able to kind of have a mad idea, do it, and put it out, and have a great kind of like story engine to do it with.
Yeah, I think somebody who has your storytelling energy and your ability across both words and pictures, you need your own thing to be able to dump all that down, and that's you. That's your DNA, and you own it. And I think that's the brilliance of this. And that's what I want to see. But at the same time, I mean, mate, if you ever got the chance to do that Nick Fury book, I'm at the front of that queue because I would actually love to see that.
I mean, but this is me. Like, this is not a dig at Marvel at all. But like, there was like 2 or 3 different projects that like we're talking about that just didn't kind of pan out.
Yeah,
And you know, it's not like it's not oh woe is me or anything. This happens all the time. It's just the nature of dealing with like a company. It's their characters, and like they've got different things moving around. And I just kind of I don't know. I think I just got a bit frustrated in that like, well, I can just make my own thing, and
yeah,
I don't have to kind of wait around, and I don't need to worry about like an event or if like Nick's arm gets taken off or things like that,
yeah.
and so that was just kind of it. It's like what's stopping me from just kind of, I'll do my own Nick Fury book. Uh, but like I mean, that's not to say I wouldn't love to do something like that. Like there's definitely characters in Marvel I'd love to have another stab at. Same with DC. It's just I don't know. You can't control the motions of what's going on in companies. So if they come to me, great. But I'm kind of like I'm just kind of done pitching, to be honest, to companies. And again, it's not because they're evil or anything. It's just like, if I want to pitch a Batman book, they've got a lot of Batman books. So why
Yeah.
do they need me? Whereas if I could just do my own thing, then I can just be happy. And I don't want to be kind of like searching for gigs, which I have to say, Marvel have been very, very good to me and offered me lots of stuff. But I also just kind of realized I haven't written and drawn my own thing. And I'm like, why? Like, there's no
No.
good reason. So
I,
I'm just kind of excited about just kind of, I don't know, just having ideas and making them and putting them out, and hopefully people will buy them, and then I can pay the rent.
and I'm sure they 100% will, mate, because I think you're going down that same route that, say, like guys like Brubaker have done in the past, where you build up your brand working for the big companies. Sleeper Indeed is a great book, but there's no doubt that Brubaker and Phillips are doing the right thing.
I
Plowing
know,
their
I'm
own furrow.
I'm pretty
You
sure
know what
they
I mean?
regret doing all their crazy successful books.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
But I'm sure that's where you're going to find yourself, mate, because I
I
think
mean,
you've tooled something up that really suits you really well as well.
yeah,
Feels
I
right.
mean, I hope that's the case. Like I said, I had a couple of other ideas of things to do, and I realized they weren't. They weren't. I think they weren't. I would say Old Dog is actually it's basically a mainstream book. Like it'll look like a Marvel book because that's how I do my Marvel books. So it's not. But I can take maybe more chances and kind of put in more weird ideas. But it's not the Irish crime books, which are kind of a harder sell.
Yeah, right.
But I also felt like
Although
if
I
I
want to
can.
see those, mate. I definitely want to see
No, and
those Irish crime
I
books.
want I want to do them. Like I have one. I have like two different ideas for one, and one that I want to do myself. But I don't know. I just kind of realized if I can set myself up with Old Dog and this can do well, then that's kind of a platform for me to do anything else. Like the other stuff is kind of they're longer swings, and I could do what I was doing, which is do mainstream work and get paid, and that's great. And then they would slowly chip away. Or I can dive in on something that is more immediate, more kind of I hope like more of a kind of a mainstream comics audience would get it, will embrace it, and then I don't need to do mainstream work to justify creator own work. I can do creator own work to justify creator own work.
Yeah,
If that makes any sense.
makes complete sense. And on this debut issue of Old Dog, you've got a wonderful range of covers that you've worked on with Image. They look really good. They look great.
I cashed in on all my favors. Yeah, I got Marcos Martin on and Chris Somney and Kevin Nolan, although like they didn't really owe me anything. But they're just I don't really know Kevin too well, but like he's a hero of mine. So I tend to try and have like a variant cover by like somebody who I hugely respect, and that was JP Leon for the whole time, but he unfortunately passed away. So I wanted someone who I hugely respect, like that I grew up loving, and then I got Kevin Nolan, so I was delighted. And Chris, I've just known for ages. Plus, like his Black Widow stuff is so great, and that's definitely the kind of vibe I'm going for. Like is what him and Mark Waid did with Black Widow. That's definitely
Oh man,
in the
that
DNA of
book
the
is
book.
that. Yeah, I mean, what a great touchstone, because
Yeah,
that is.
it's that book, but not as well written and drawn. And
Mate, I won't have any of this. I won't have any of this nonsense. I'm sure. I mean, it seems fine tool to embrace all of your points of expertise, actually, mate. And I just can't wait to get into it. That Black Widow book, fantastic. And again, a great touchstone. But I'm sure you're going to super deliver, mate. It's a brilliant concept, and it
thanks, man.
just fits you like a glove, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a good concept. I think it's like it plays with a lot of kind of like obvious kind of staples of the genre. But like for me, I've always just felt like ideas are bullshit, and it's how you it's the execution of the idea which kind of sells. So like an aging spy isn't exactly the most original concept in the world, but like I am. It's just a proper mix of all the things I kind of want. Like I want to draw a miserable old bastard. I'm sick of drawing pretty people. I want to draw buildings. I want to draw landscapes. I want to draw explosions. So like that's kind of the thing. I could just do it all in that book, and it's been really really satisfying. Like I'll send you on the first issue actually, but
Oh yeah, please do, mate. Yeah,
yeah, I'll
please
send
do.
it to you when we're done
Yeah.
here. But yeah, no, I should have sent it before. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. But no, I'm genuinely really really excited about it. It's a mix of terror because I haven't really gone all in on this like something like this before. But it's exciting because I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. But I have to remind myself the stuff that's kind of made me scared is the stuff that I've always been like doing Moon Knight. That was terrifying
Yeah,
and exciting, and it really paid off.
Yeah.
Same with Injection. Like, so it's kind of I don't know, I have to remind myself, like, yes, I'm terrified, but that's good. Like, scary is good.
Yeah, no, challenging yourself is the key to life, right, mate? Otherwise sat around watching The Sopranos on repeat, you know, and you've got to actually get out there and create
Doesn't
your own
sound so bad,
Sopranos.
actually.
Yeah, it sounds pretty fucking awesome, doesn't
Actually,
it?
my God.
Yeah. Okay, that's what we'll do next. So everybody watching this, you can pre-order Old Dog issue 1 and all the variant covers of Old Dog issue 1 from the links attached to our conversation. And yeah, that's you will actually see, you know. There we go. Check this out.
I got this will be the trade cover.
Yeah, there we go. That looks amazing, mate. Look at that.
That's a cover art.
Yeah.
Issue 1.
That's
So I should have just done this the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some
So
of
yeah,
these
it's all
covers,
like espionage, spy, you know.
and some of these covers and panels will have magically appeared during our conversation as well. So,
oh, right. Okay. So I didn't need to do that at all.
Yeah. But actually, that was a good piece of stagecraft to end this conversation with, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to prove we're doing this in real time. And this is the one and only Declan Shalvey talking about the one and only Old Dog, available for pre-order here. And I'm legit excited that you're doing this book, mate. I'm really looking
thanks,
forward
man.
to
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Always great to see you. You take care of yourself, Declan.
You too, man.
If you're enjoying watching Forbidden Planet TV and you're enjoying watching us talk to the world's most interesting and accomplished filmmakers, authors, artists, musicians, creators, subscribe right here. See you soon.